Terrorform Podcast. I'm Kristen.
I'm Erin.
This is Donnie.
And I'm Josh.
And we're here to make the world a creepier place. Today's episode is about the Black-Eyed Children. The Black-Eyed Children are a pretty recent legend. They are most commonly described as being between the ages of 5 and 16 with pale skin and black eyes. Although there are claims of sightings as early as the 1950s, most sources agree the first report of these creatures occurred in Abilene, Texas,
Ooh, it's too close.
in 1996 from a news reporter named Brian Bethel. So they're also kind of like a Texan legend too. Yeah. So this is his story. One afternoon, he pulled into the parking lot of the local theater to pay his internet bill. The internet company was like really close to it, so that's why.
Okay.
He was in his car writing out a check. He wasn't paying attention to what was going on around him, so didn't notice anyone walk up to his car until he heard a tap on the driver's side window. He looked up to see two young kids. They appeared to be 9 and 13 years old, but both were wearing hooded sweatshirts. The older of the two kids tapped on the window again, asking if Brian would give them a ride to their mother's house so they can get money to come back and see Mortal Kombat. It was then that Brian noticed both of the boys' eyes were completely blacked out, no whites in their eyes. Immediately, he got a very sick and eerie feeling. Brian said, "The boys kept staring at me with those cold, coal black eyes. My fear must have been easily detected because the older of the two boys that had been doing all the talking started pounding on my window, stating, 'We can't come into your car until you invite us in. You have to let us in.' I rolled up my window all the way, put my car in reverse, and started to move back. All the while, the two boys were now yelling, 'You must let us in.'" Brian went on to say that as much as he still doesn't know what really happened that night, he says he knows without exception what happened that night was real, and that when he looked back into the rearview mirror, and the two boys had mysteriously disappeared. So that is the first
That's like the
sighting.
original one.
Yeah.
Dang.
Where it started all.
Teleportation.
They sound like some vampires.
Yeah,
was gonna
that's what
say,
I was
invite
thinking
me
too.
in. Yeah. And then
Yeah.
so people have seen these children, I guess.
Yes.
Things.
Everywhere. Did you look up any of the lore? Like, do people know what they would classify them as?
No, they kind of seem to be their own classification, although people say like they're either aliens or a type of vampire just because of the invite me in kind of thing. And but now there has been sightings like all across the globe. So it's, getting like ramping up, I guess.
Yeah, it just says that they're a paranormal creature
Oh, that narrows it down.
resembles children.
Okay.
This is tying together some of our episodes. We have the alien episode, and then we have the scary. Didn't we talk about scary kids in one episode? Scary kids.
Trailer house chair.
Yeah,
Terror.
That's
Terror
right,
House
that's
Terror
right.
Episode 3.
Ooh. Y'all impressed me. Y'all had the episode memorized. Episode 3.
Yeah, maybe they're a type of vampire. Like a demonic vampire.
Yeah.
Trying to mimic us kids so you can let them in and
kids,
trust them more.
Or like an energy vampire, like they feed off your fear.
Yeah.
I want to suck you.
All I know is, like I said in the previous episodes about the Black-Eyed Kids, when I first heard about them, I was afraid to encounter them.
Yeah, it would be like, because they're usually asking for like a favor to use the phone or to get a ride somewhere. So it's like these children, they're kind of helpless, so you want to help them, but then their eyes are completely black, so it's really creepy. And why would you help them? It seems like they're malicious or something.
I've heard stories where they show up at your house a lot. Is that right?
Yeah, it's usually in the like at your house or when you're in your car. But so yeah, they'll show up at your house and ask to come in or use your phone. And
What do they want? Like,
I don't. Yeah.
I want to find
Somebody
something.
needs to
invite them in. Like, so we need to find a case, or if it hasn't happened, if they show up to your house, invite them in.
And then
Get back with us.
Oh, and a lot of so I was like researching, I guess. And a lot of the stories, like people would be reading stories about the Black-Eyed Children and then see them after they were reading it. So that spooked me
cursed.
pretty bad. Made
Yeah, so we're
Josh
gonna-
walk me to my car in the morning. I was too
that's why you were
scared.
doing that. Okay.
Shoot, we might have to invite them in. See what happens.
They're gonna show up because we're talking about them, and they're gonna show up to your house because you're listening right now.
Oh.
So, sorry about it. This was a trap.
Yeah.
But like in all the stories I've read, they're denied. So like their plans are always being foiled.
Well, if they come to me, I'll let them in and I'll get back with y'all. Unless one of y'all had an encounter first.
I'm not brave enough to let them in.
And we're not held liable if they do show up to y'all. So don't blame us.
That's
That's y'all's choice.
All I know is I start swanging when they get in that door.
Yeah, like that Always Sunny episode where they beat the kids up. That'd be me with the black-eyed kids.
I ain't afraid of punny kid. Or they might be just some Marilyn Manson fan kids with their contacts.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking, since it was like the one that's believed to be the first one is so recent. Like maybe they were playing a prank and it wasn't like real kids or real creatures really, but like wearing contacts or something.
When was it again?
1996.
Okay.
Yeah, they might have had scleras back then.
But how does that explain the disappearance?
Yeah.
True.
If he's in an empty parking lot and he checked his rear view, where are they going? Where are they going?
He ducked.
Beam me up, Scotty.
What?
I don't even know what that reference is
I don't
from.
either.
Star Trek, guys.
I don't watch it either.
I've never seen Star Trek. I watched Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Was Star Trek
The
on
lesser of the two.
CW for Antenna Airway?
I don't know. They have had TV shows.
Similar to it, or actually Star Trek?
Actually, Star Trek.
Maybe I watched it, but I don't think I could get into that. Not my cup of tea.
Oh, shoot. Yeah. We've been trying to watch Supernatural episodes.
Oh, have
on our
y'all?
topics. Yeah, but we haven't seen any with Black-Eyed Kids. I don't know if there are any.
I don't think there is.
I don't know. We're only on season 1.
They have the yellow-eyed demon.
Yeah.
Close enough.
Yeah. Well, a lot of their demons have black eyes, though. Like all the demons except the yellow eye one, right?
Yes.
Have fully black eyes. So maybe they're demonic. This says
But
they
he's a
might.
kid.
Yeah. They might knock on your door on a late wintry night. You may see them approaching your car while you are waiting at the signal or a gas station. It might seem like they need help, or they might just stand still for no reason. These children do not look threatening.
What, aside from their eyes?
Yeah.
They would want to get in your house or your car. They will be persistent. Suddenly, you will notice something is not quite right about these children. Okay, you haven't noticed yet. That's why they seem non-threatening. Their eyes, pure black from lid to lid, dead black orbs devoid of sclera or iris, will chill up your spine. You have finally come across the black-eyed children. Did you have a comment?
The white parts of your eyes are called the sclera.
Yes.
I just not realized that too.
I was to say, so that's where they get black sclera content.
Yeah.
I didn't realize this because it covers the whites. I thought that was just the type of content.
We're not scientists, people.
Wow.
Black-eyed children or black-eyed kids is an urban legend of paranormal creatures that resemble children between the ages of 6 and 16, as Kristen said. These creatures with pale skin and black eyes have reportedly been seen hitchhiking, panhandling, or at the doorsteps of residential homes. A dozen of stories keep circulating, all following a very similar pattern. Kids with eyes completely blacked out appear at people's home or vehicle, knock on the door, and then insist upon getting inside. Anyone who encountered them has almost immediately felt an overwhelming sense of dread. Besides besides blacked out eyes, these children typically appear normal. Sometimes their attire seems outdated and like all ghosts, always with the outdated attire. Do like people who died now, like are they not ghosts?
Hipster ghosts.
It takes a while to, like, I guess, get the energy to appear, maybe.
That's a good theory.
Good. That's why the clothes look more ragged.
So, like, in the future generations, you're going to see, like, vaping ghosts and, like, in our
Emo
style
ghosts.
clothes. Yeah.
Skinny jeans and a devil's lock. Thick eyeliner.
Yeah.
No one knows where or how these creatures pop up, conspiracy theorists believe that black-eyed children are aliens trying to reach out to their Earth. Demonologists believe they are children of the devil himself, and if you let them in, you are allowing the devil to enter your life. They want to enter your home to call their parents. However, upon making eye contact, it seems like there is a much more sinister plot to the story. Some people claim that these children have existed since the 1980s. However, most sources say the legend originated in 1996 in posts written by a Texas reporter named Brian Bethel, where he wrote about 2 alleged encounters with the black-eyed children.
Wow. But nowadays,
And a lot of the stories are in Texas that I saw. So, I'm starting to get a
We're
little,
at risk.
nervous.
No, we're good. Because them ghosts couldn't pass these days. I mean, what kid doesn't have a phone? I mean, they're giving babies tablets, so
Yeah.
I mean...
Yeah. Can I borrow your phone?
you don't
you've
have
got
one?
Yeah. Yeah, let me see your eyeballs real quick. Come close. That's what I thought.
Boy, you need some eye drops.
Completely black.
Well, I found this black-eyed kid story, but I don't know how. I don't know if it's technically one, but it says it's a black-eyed kid stories Reddit. The user is Mammoth Peak 1212. This was an update from his last one. So it says, naturally, I didn't expect to remember this memory in such detail, but here we go. It was dark out, bright moon, all that junk. My cousins were visiting us, and we were having s'mores that night. I was rather tired, but the s'mores gave me energy to stay awake. The thing is, in my small town, not many people were up at night, so I looked over to the side, and I saw this small kid. It was dark out, obviously, but it wasn't the fact I couldn't see the face. I could feel the kid not having normal eyes. I swear I felt so uneased, it felt wrong.
Feel it.
I had to look away as I felt the stare getting deeper and crueler. But the worst thing is, the next morning when I looked where the kid wasn't there. Which I don't know what he expected if the kid was supposed to be standing there.
He just
out
was going to
there.
watch him the whole night.
And then he says, I haven't seen the kid since, but I am worried that I might see that kid again. I am scared. Very scared. All caps, both scared.
Very scared.
And then someone commented, why would the kid be in the same spot the next morning?
Exactly, guy.
Yeah.
And then the he said, I don't know. It's just the fact he vanished when it was the morning.
Well, I mean,
What
I
did
guess
you
maybe he
expect?
thought he was maybe lost or something and he would stay with a group.
Even if you're lost.
But still, why not
Why didn't he come
wake your
knocking?
friends up? Or
Well, I think they were outside already.
Oh,
I think that's what it was. But
if some random kid came walking up, I would not just roll over and go to sleep.
I'll check
Donnie
again in the
would.
morning.
He'll just cover himself with some sheets or comforter.
Is there more?
No.
I want more black-eyed children stories.
Oh, there's more. I thought you meant to that story. Let me get back to it. Get into it. What?
What'd you get out of it then?
Well, I thought I was done, but this one's super long. So
You gotta get into it. Don't be so monotone.
Get into
Yeah,
it.
show some emotion.
I'm going to add some sound effects like I did to Trissy's.
So this one, same Reddit, different user's Trippy Hippie Kid.
Trippy hippie kid. What
Says-
up, bot?
Okay, this is my story. It happened many years back, but I had no idea there was a whole subreddit dedicated to it till now. After thinking back on that crazy day lately, I felt many people would love to hear this.
Wait. What? Please repeat just the last sentence.
I felt many people would love to hear this
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
I thought it was I felt love.
from many people hearing
Yeah,
this.
and I was like, what?
So the guy says, I have been raised in Florida my whole life, from Orlando to
Makes sense.
Miami. This took place in Orlando, though, in a neighborhood I lived in since I was a child. Nothing like this had ever happened before in that area, paranormally related. A lot of crime, though. I'm starting college now, and this happened in 8th grade summer, going into 9th grade. I was at my old friend's house who lived in the same neighborhood. It was a very sunny day, and we hung for a bit, and I started making my way back very early afternoon. I think like around 2 p.m. Not even 5 minutes into my walk, a small boy approaches me. He was wearing jeans and a green polo shirt that had a symbol on the corner like a polo shirt would, so I thought he was from an organization. He handed me a card, but when I looked at him, there it was, the black eyes. They were all black completely. I was taken back so much I took like 2 steps back, and mind you, there was no one around whatsoever around at all. But as soon as I got started and realized he had black eyes, an elderly black woman appeared on the opposite side of the street staring at me. They both were. She had the same shirt the boy did and pure black eyes too.
Oh.
Not that it matters, but I just never heard stories of black-eyed people.
Not that it matters.
Yeah.
Wait, no, he said not that it matters,
I get what he's saying.
Oh.
no, I just never heard stories of black-eyed people being black.
Oh.
I thought he was saying black-eyed people being
Well, most
grown-ups.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, oh, I
That's
get
what-
what he's saying.
That's what I was thinking till I read. I was like,
I've never heard of black-eyed people being black.
I just never heard stories of black-eyed people being black, so I mentioned it for that reason. I felt like my
For that
experience
reason.
was very unique.
It was unique because it was an adult,
But yeah,
trippy hippie. What's wrong
but
with you?
back to the story. When I noticed her staring at me, this kid still tried to hand me the card, but he never said anything ever. And I don't know why, but I took it, and then my mom, out of nowhere, like a millisecond later, after I grabbed the card, comes speeding down the street because she knew I was at my friend's house, and she tells me to get in. I do because I'm scared, and she asks me if I'm okay. Once I'm in the car, she told me she had an extreme sense of peril and doom come over her out of nowhere at home, and she said she dropped everything and got in the car and sped to where I was. My mother is spiritually gifted since she was a child. She's had paranormal things happen, so low-key psychic. She's a huge reason as to why I am the way I am. I love that woman. But she took me back home, and I told her what happened, and she said burn the card away from the house that the boy gave me. She burned it, and that was really it. Just a wild sort of life trip that happens sometimes. What do you guys think that was all?
Okay, the first thing that pops into my head is
Recruiting.
Yeah.
But go
And-
on. I'm sorry.
is that like they seem to be up to date on clothes. He said he was wearing a polo.
Yeah, I was
And there
thinking
was
that
an
too.
adult.
But then the fact that both of the black-eyed people
One of
were
them
wearing the
was
same
black.
thing. Yeah, one of them was black. And that they were wearing the same thing.
Yeah.
Everybody's roasting this dude's grammar.
Oh, really?
They're like, periods, commas, and paragraphs would make this way easier to read, just saying, but there's like a lot more than that. But yeah, those are
Nice.
some
Florida boy.
strange stories. I would
Florida.
not enjoy partaking in one of
No.
those, but if I have to, I'll invite it.
Do
She
it for the
said-
content.
Yeah.
For the
No, he would
content.
not
Do
do
it for the
it. He
content.
got scared at the cemetery for the first
Boy
5
be
minutes.
shaking in his boots.
I told you I'd be swanging on that thing when I walk through that doorway.
Heck yeah. We gotta find a new placement for that picture. Look at this. Look at this picture. It's hanging behind us, guys.
Oh,
And then
got
the
a
light
frame
is
for it.
It's the what is that? What's the black thing? Oh, it's part of the phone, so they could probably see.
Oh.
But yeah. So here's the picture that we got sent to us. We framed it, hung it on the wall, and obviously not that great of a spot. 'cause
I
we're
know,
blocked.
I'm covering it up.
We're still trying to figure out the arrangement here, and eventually we'll be in a different place if all goes as planned.
Not looking that way.
Yeah.
But on another note, if any artists out there have any artistic skill or not, go ahead and get your drawings together, get your pen and paper, pencil, sketchbook, and go ahead and sketch out maybe a black-eyed kid. Maybe something
alien.
for you. Maybe aliens. Other episodes.
A woman
Go
in
back and
white.
watch 'em.
Vampire.
Send those in to our Instagram where we could feature them and tag you in them. Also, we will feature them on the podcast. So any Instagram artists out there, you can go ahead and send in your artist depiction. Grab your pens and papers, your pencils, your sketchbooks, any of that stuff that you would use to draw normally in a natural setting. And you can get those depictions sent in to our Instagram at Terrorform Podcast.
What's the email?
The email is
terrorformpodcast@gmail.com.
If you have any spooky stories, you can send them there. Don't forget that we are on Facebook as well. You could send it to us through Messenger app. Any stories as well. Any voice audio recordings. If you don't want to type it all out, you can send that in. We can work that in.
Yeah.
Speaking of comments, and quite on topic, we have a comment about the black-eyed kids from Christopher Holt. So, this comment says, William Warmke and I had an encounter with the black-eyed children. We had discussed them prior to hanging out with a group of friends. You discuss them and it happens, right? That was what we just said earlier.
Oh, guys, we're about to get some sightings. Oh, no.
For the content.
Later that night, around 11 p.m., William was dropping me off at my house. I live towards Burton on Highway 290. We both saw something big and black quickly run across the highway. I saw it on two legs. Ugh. As we pulled into my driveway, I called my brother to open the door and have all the driveway lights and porch lights turned on. We sat briefly in the car, and I quickly went into my house. Within 5 minutes of me being in my house, Will called me and said that he saw the back of a child walking down Highway 290 in the opposite direction of my house. Legit gave me a phobia. It would give me a phobia too, buddy. And horrified of them. Jesus. So you saw this freaking creature run across, and then Will calls you about the black-eyed children.
Ew.
Creepy.
Close encounters.
Yes. And it's by your house, too. That's scary. I don't want nothing like that.
Yeah, really.
Josh, you're going to be walking me to my
Stalking.
car
You
for a while.
discuss them and it happens. Oh, it's happening soon. Are y'all ready?
It's watching you in the
I'm going to
bushes.
try to be ready. I'm going to try.
It's just a creepy dude jerking it.
Oh, God.
Peeping Tom. Would not be good.
We do have some other comments, though. I forgot.
Oh, shoot.
We want to go over some of these.
Yeah, what we got?
Let's see here. Go ahead, do the comments. Please leave us a comment.
Please.
We will react to them. You know what I mean. Going over to the photo. And then a big. Oh no, my saved photos aren't refreshing.
Okay. While he looks for it, we have reached 100 likes on Facebook. We're getting somewhere. Sheesh.
Yeah, I think we have
Thanks,
over
guys.
that now, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
slightly.
Well, we
Like
hope y'all are
120.
enjoying the content.
I'm not getting probed. I'm not doing that.
We had a deal.
That was a lie.
Josh.
That was a lie.
Check out our OnlyFans. It's going to be called
Anal
Terror.
on air.
Oh no, I am a liar. Just so you guys know.
Terror. Yes.
Cut that.
Terror corn, because we probably can't say those words.
Beep, beep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll put this.
Yeah, the censor. And while they're still looking, don't forget to hit that like button and the bell button,
The
the
subscribe.
icon, and
Please
subscribe. Please get us to 40 subscribers by the time this
do.
video is uploaded, by the time you're watching this video. Hit that like
Wait.
button.
If it's by the time this video
Yeah,
is
no, that's what I
uploaded-
meant, like,
they got a whole
after you
week.
watch it.
Yeah.
Oh.
So by the time you're watching this video, better
that
have 40
40.
subscribers.
Yeah. You better. We know where you live. Got that IP address.
We have a comment here, another one from Christopher Holt on our Aliens Part 2 episode. He says, Aaron, I love your art. If I can make a request, can you do some sketches of what you think the inside of a UFO would look like?
Oh.
Would it be super chic or more like an airplane/doctor's office? Donnie, since you be lagging, boy, can we get an interview with your mom one day? She has some awesome stories.
Oh.
Yeah, I could
Did Chris
probably
say
arrange that?
Yeah,
Oh.
I could probably arrange that.
that'd be nice. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I like her stories too.
And I'll try out the interior of a UFO because I don't really draw that. It'd be a nice challenge. So stay tuned to the next episode. Might have it ready. We'll see. We'll see.
Then we have another comment
It's kind of warm in here.
We have another comment from Prophet Giratina. He says, okay, this is for Kristen because she knows who I am and I want to see if she has faith in me. Okay.
Uh-oh.
The CDC has a plan for a zombie invasion. Also, zombie deer exist. So he's wanting you to tell him, are either of those things true? Since he trolls and he gives us the truth, is he trolling or is he telling the truth?
Okay, so I know the zombie deer is kind of a thing because there is a wasting disease that they have.
Yeah.
So, you know, people would call it like they look like zombies or they're dying or something. But now, as a plan for a zombie invasion, I don't know. It seems like they discuss like all kinds of scenarios. Even if it may not be that plausible, but I don't know about that one.
So you are correct. Zombie deer do exist. It's not exactly a zombie, but it's like that's what they call it. And it's like if anyone wants to look it up, you can, or we can do it after. I don't know how we are in time, but
Is that when they have worms in their brain?
All I know
I think it's kind of like a prion disease, right? Where it's not worms, but it's their brain matter, like the proteins like fold in on themselves or something.
I watched a video of a deer that had it, and they were filming it walking near a stream or a river, and it just walks into the river and just keeps walking as its head's going under, like it doesn't even know it's
oh
in
my
water.
God, that's crazy.
Yeah, so.
That's insane. And then for the zombie invasion, yes, the CDC as a joke did release
As a
plan
joke,
for a
okay.
zombie invasion back in 2011.
So I thought I heard of something like that, but I didn't know if it was serious or not.
Yeah.
But I know I did have an extreme phobia of a zombie apocalypse because I watched this one. Oh, what were you gonna say?
Oh, yeah. I was like, me too, especially during like 2012, 2013 when the bath salts things was happening.
Oh, yeah.
I think mine was younger than that.
I was starting to get nervous.
But I remember watching this one zombie movie where it was like these wood people, like the lumberjack, like new age lumberjacks, where they just cut down the trees.
I think I saw that one too.
And there was like a syrup type, or the sap in the trees would get on them and they would turn into zombies.
Was Nick Cannon in this movie?
I don't remember it that well. I just know it freaked me out, and I had like this extreme dread of a zombie apocalypse happening every day, and I was so scared because the house that I grew up in for most of the point of growing up, there's a hill like
In the distance.
Yeah, in the distance, and I would always just like envision like a horde of zombies just pulling over the edge of that hill.
You're always envisioning stuff and scaring yourself.
And the funny thing about that,
Left her speechless.
one time I was riding with your mom in the expedition. We were coming back from somewhere in town, like near HEB, and I think it was that time, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it was just like a weight lifted off of my shoulders.
Like all of a sudden,
all of a sudden
like you
it
felt
was
your
like-
fear leave.
Yes, like,
What?
I remember that. And I think your mom noticed too, because she was like, she said something. I just don't remember what she said, but I was like, no, I'm good now, or something. But yeah, it was just all of a sudden it was just like gone. I was
That's
like, out of
wild.
nowhere.
Because my mom was like obsessed with zombies for a while, and she watched all the zombie movies, and she kind of freaked me out with the zombies, but you were with her and your fear was relieved. She was prepared
Maybe I
for a
was
zombie
telling her about
apocalypse.
how scared I was, and she like calmed me down or something. I don't
maybe so.
remember how
Maybe
it
the
went.
zombie with the zombie canceled itself out, and it was just like, oh.
Maybe.
I got a direct message from someone who I can confirm is Prophet Giratina's brother.
Oh.
Okay.
We have family relations going on.
So his brother sends me a message and says, Prophet Giratina doesn't believe in UFOs or that I saw a UFO in 2 different instances, one having multiple witnesses. And I say, bruh, gotta hear the story, especially since Prophet Giratina constantly trolls the YouTube comments. And he says, oh, he trolls me in real life. I'm his brother. He said, when I told him about the UFOs, he says, I believe that you think you saw a UFO. And he also said, I believe that you saw things in the air that you can't identify. But you can't prove any of this is actual alien spacecraft. He says, or I say, I need to read all this on the next episode. And I get his permission to do so. And he goes ahead and gives me the details about his 2 UFO stories.
So yeah, a lot of listener writing about UFOs.
Yeah.
That seems to be like the most common experience that people have.
Yeah.
Nice.
Because they're real. Prophet Giratina. He
Yeah,
says,
boy.
show your dominance to him. He says, I saw the first one when I was about 12 in Pomona.
Don't know where that is. Never heard of it.
Pomona. It was saucer-shaped and had spikes on the side of the aircraft, and the spikes were rotating. That's
wild.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's not no airplane.
Yeah, like there's no...
Are they from California?
He lives in California.
He currently does, but this was when he was 12.
Because there's a
but
Pomona, California.
Okay, so it's probably there, I would guess.
I've never heard of it, though, so I wouldn't know if it's in Texas or where.
Yeah.
But if he lives in Cali, it's probably in sunny California.
Sunny California with a forecast a high of 75. Chance of rain next week. The next time I saw one, when I was 19 in College Station, this was a mass sighting because I was at my apartment complex basketball court and 5 other people saw it as well. It was a saucer-shaped one, low flying, and then it was just still. It was chilling for a good minute before just disappearing. That minute was super intense because nobody knew what we were looking at, and then it just zoomed off. Again, that lines up with my story, Albert, that you don't believe this happened. It stops, it chills, and then it freaking takes off again.
They're probably like on a space road trip and they're stopping and sightseeing.
Yeah, like a tourist
To your left, you'll see some people playing basketball. This is College Station, Texas.
Yeah, we know where that's at.
Yeah, so I just told him it was insane. It's crazy because you can tell people and they think you're crazy, but when you have other people who see the same thing at the same time, it makes it really interesting.
Yeah, Albert.
Yeah, Albert.
Albert.
You freaking guy. So, those are our comments and messages for this week.
If you have any stories about the black-eyed children you'd like to share, please do.
Please do. Terrorform
see them?
Podcast.
Yeah, Terrorform Podcast.
Terrorform Podcast.
1, 2, 3.
Terrorform
Terrorform
Podcast.
Podcast.
Oh, I thought you were going to do it slower.
Yeah, they normally do it really slow.
I know.
Yeah, I was trying to do it fast this time.
Terrorform Podcast at
gmail.com.
Or Terrorform Podcast on Facebook and Instagram.
Facebook, Instagram.
YouTube.
Let us know if you want us on
YouTube.
any other platforms. Right now, we're on Stitcher is the newest one. We're on YouTube. We're on Spotify. We're on
Apple?
Yeah,
Apple Podcast. We're directly on Anchor too, but I don't know anyone actually listens on Anchor, so I never shout that one out because they are owned by Spotify.
Also listen on Facebook.
Also on
Wherever.
Facebook.
Make sure to like the page.
We may need to do a TikTok to get that clout.
Like that page. Bye.
Like it.
Well,
Well.
that'll be a little bit of a shorter
A
episode.
little bit of a shorter episode, but
But you know, that's okay.
not too bad. Tune in next week when
Yeah,
we
stay
talk about
tuned.
some more scary stuff and where we keep it fun.
Make
yeah,
it
we
creepy.
keep it fun.
Yeah, Terrorform
Fun and creepy.
Podcast where creepy can be fun.
And creepy can be fun.
Spooky can be, I was trying to think of another word for fun. Exciting.
Yeah.
Exhilarating.
Exhilarating. We keep it
Where
light and we makes
spooky
it
can
dark.
be kooky.
May flabbergast.
We keep it light while making it dark.
Well, go on ahead and stay spooky.
Sorry, audio listeners.